We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling. WB, get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so it no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WB. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show, my people. Believe our hopes up to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, this the vibe we're dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that we feel happen and dark and blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show, my people. Believe our hopes up to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, this the vibe we're dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that we feel happen and dark and blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so it no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WB. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Voice of opinion and place your calling, WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show, my people. Believe our hopes up to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, this the vibe we're dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that we feel happen and dark and blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Billies, yeah. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show my people. Belize our hopes up to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obeyed. And all the things that must be happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in.
Good morning, Belize. Welcome to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes for today, Tuesday, the 9th of December 2025. I'm Mose Hyde, and as always, it's my pleasure. Give thanks. We have health and strength to come here again. A new morning, a new day. We hope that you are waking up. That's our mission. Waking up, Belize. This is the WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, and we want to welcome each and every one of you listening to us in Cremator, watching us on XTV, or it is you're getting us via our apps or via our social media streams and simulcast coverage. It's the same like yesterday, and if there is a tomorrow, just like it will be tomorrow. That's the way it works. We gather hoping, of course, that you have gotten up this morning with great health, your energy level high, vibrations positive, and that you are ready to go. You have space and time, well, maybe not a lot, but just enough that you could be a part of the WB. We start off with what we call the warm-ups. We've got a bit of news for you, but before we do that, we turn to the weather forecast information provided by the National Meteorological Service. Forecaster Derek Woodon takes us there.
Good morning. Showers and light rain continued over some central and southern inland areas last night, but more so over the coast. A cold front over northern Yucatan is becoming stationary and is supporting moist and unstable conditions over Belize. The 24-hour forecast is for cloudy skies with some showers or light rain over most areas, but especially over the coast this morning and tonight. There is also the low chance for an isolated thunderstorm to develop. Winds over the open sea will be from the north at 5 to 15 knots, and the seas will be light chop. High temperatures today will range from 80 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast to 82 inland, but only 72 degrees up in the mountains. The outlook is for a few showers or periods of light rain Wednesday morning, with showers and rain becoming isolated Wednesday afternoon and night. There is a low tide at 8:01 this morning, a high at 2:04 this afternoon, another low at 7:10 this evening, and another high at 1:26 tonight. The sun rose this morning at 6:11 and will set at 5:18 this evening. The moon sets at 10:37 this morning and comes up again at 10:23 tonight. With that, we end this report from the Belize Weather Bureau.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
Making the news this morning, ASP Stacey Smith on Monday confirmed that the police are investigating an incident reported by Zach Reich that Harrison Blades, the driver of Minister Henry Usher, drew his licensed gun on him as a result of a traffic altercation. The incident occurred Friday night around 8 as Blades was pulling onto the Philip Golston Highway from the street next to Biltmore Hotel. Surveillance footage shows that he only slowed down before making the turn. Rich, who was coming with some speed, is shown changing lanes onto the right to avoid a collision. according to the minister who was in the vehicle. Rich subsequently tried to run them off the road, whereas Rich has described Blade's driving as reckless and says he pulled up to them to express his discontent. Rich then turned at the roundabout near West Track and stopped to meet some friends at the highway store where Blades and the minister also stopped, but to make a purchase. It appears that while the minister was already in the store, Blades approached Rich, who was with his small group of friends. It's in that exchange, Rich says Blades pulled the gun on him. Rich is also claiming that when he went to the police substation in Belama to file a report, he took down the report, but an officer told him he could not be entered into the Crime Information Management System for his own safety. ASP Smith says the Professional Standards Branch is to reach out to Rich to follow up on that claim.
As it relates to that incident with Mr. Riker, Mr. Reach, what I've been advised is that a statement was in fact recorded from him on the night in question. Also, that the investigation is still ongoing. Statements are being recorded from other persons who were on the scene. And wherever this investigation takes us, that is where we will go. But I will also want to say that we have tasked persons from the Professional Standards Branch to reach out to Mr. Reach for him to provide us with a statement as it relates to the statement that he is making in terms of being told by a particular police officer that his statement will not be taken or it will not be updated in the SIMS in the interest of his safety. It can never be that a person goes to a police station for assistance and is left feeling more concerned about their safety. So certainly we will be taking actions in that regard.
Mr. Sharpfather, what is someone to do in that instance?
Certainly, there are Professional Standard Branch offices all over. The Office of the Commissioner of Police remains available at all times, can be reached by phone or by email to report such incidents.
Former Minister of Agriculture Jose Mai has made his first public appearance following his resignation from Cabinet on November 17th. He posted an array of photos on his Facebook page Monday on the occasion of Christmas celebrations at schools in different communities within his division. Mai is pictured at schools in Blue Creek, Linda Vista, August Pine Ridge, Indian Church and San Carlos, distributing goodies and treats to the students. The area rep that the Prime Minister says requires back surgery can be seen posing happily with students along with Santa Claus. Sources say that the U.S. Embassy in Belize brought pressure to bear on the Bisenio administration for Mai's resignation over concerns about his activities. Notably, the U.S. Treasury Affairs, Catherine Beamer, on Monday stated that at a meeting with the Prime Minister the Friday before Mai's resignation, they discussed a range of topics as part of their regular diplomatic and security cooperation discussions. She added, however, that she was not comfortable revealing specific.
I have an excellent relationship with all of the Belizean counterparts. Everyone here has been very warm and welcoming to me. I arrived here in Belize about 3 months ago. I spoke about a range of topics with the Prime Minister. I don't feel comfortable speaking about any specifics, but the United States and Belize enjoy a really robust partnership, and certainly, countering narcotics trafficking and improving the relationship between Belize and the United States are some of my foremost priorities.
Since his resignation, Mai has actively posted on his Facebook page about works within his division of Orange Walk South. Last week we reported on the case of police officer Gabriel Power, who had given the Commissioner of Police until Friday, December 5th to respond favorably to a lawyer letter challenging what he deemed as punitive transfer. Through his attorney, Nazira Miles, Power argued that his transfer came after he revealed knowing about the involvement of high-level individuals in the August 22nd kidnapping of Joseph Budner. The GI3 officer was informed of his transfer to the Mahogany Heights Police Substation on November 3rd. It would take effect on November 17th. 2 weeks later, as a result of the transfer, the officer would be losing out on allowances totaling $880 monthly. In an interview after the leak of the lawyer letter, the commissioner spoke generally of the transfer, saying that the matter could very well proceed to court. He noted that he has approved several transfers and all have been made in the interest of the department's general welfare and in response to exigencies of the service. He added that the regulations allow transfers outside of the July and August period. We confirmed Monday that the matter is proceeding to court as there was no response to Powell's letter by the stated deadline. Minister of Police Oscar Mira says the department is prepared to defend the transfer.
I think that transfers for police officers is done every year. There is nothing for me to question the commissioners of police transfer policy. I have looked at it, and I think that police officers are transferable. There is a time when the majority of the police officers are transferred, and the letters of intention of transfers are sent. However, for the work of the police department, transfers can happen anytime.
But are you not concerned that this officer believes that he is being targeted because he may have information or know something about the Budna case?
I don't know that he may have been part of an investigation. I know that he was working at the ministry. And as such, when the previous minister moved, then he had to move, because then he had no job there at the ministry anymore. He was working with the previous minister. So therefore, transfers happen all the time. I haven't spoken to the Commissioner of Police as yet because he was out of the country. He came in on the weekend, but I am meeting with him this afternoon to discuss and just to make sure that everything was done as per regulations in the police department. I don't believe there is any targeting at this point. I think that just a routine transfer that happened since he was at the ministry and Minister Mose was no longer there.
His attorney has written and asked that the transfer be rescinded, I believe, by Friday that just went. Obviously, that's not happening, but are you concerned that they may go into a legal battle?
I spoke to the acting commissioner of police last week, and they are prepared to defend that decision that was made by the commissioner of police. I think as I was told, they have all the documents in place. As I said, if you're in the police department, you can expect to be transferred at any time.
We know that the cabinet reshuffle was announced on November 11th, several days after Powell's transfer letter. The Public Service Union on Monday held a virtual meeting with members of the Belize Tax Service Department following a meeting last week, Wednesday, with government representatives. It was agreed with the Ministry of Finance that the Semi-Autonomous Revenue Authority, SARA, will not be implemented until October 2026. The government further undertook to consult the PSU on the development and implementation of the SARA once the content of the necessary documents has been drafted. As such, Monday's meeting was for the staff to consider the withdrawal of the trade dispute against the government. Voting closes on Wednesday. And that's the end of our morning news update. We'll take ourselves a small break. When we come back on the other side, we're in the business of conversation. Right here in Creme Radio and on XTV Belize.
Informative, accurate, current information. Crem's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
The journey towards owning a home was a family decision, as we needed stability and security, and it was a financial investment that we would have for our family's legacy. Getting a home loan from Atlantic Bank was very easy. The officers there were able to walk you through the process, and you were able to ask questions. Moving into our home for the first time was a blessed and happy experience. I remember turning the key for the first time, and the family was so excited to see our new home where we'll be making new memories in.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with Smart Supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans, ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or star 100 pound key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
right, welcome back. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes on Tuesday morning, 9th December. If you're just joining us, we're happy you're here. Good morning. Try to get here earlier. We start at 6:30 just in case you are not knowledgeable of that. We start 6:30 so you could make it earlier. But we're glad you're here. To those who've been here since 6:30, welcome back to the show. We are now ready to engage in full conversation. As you know, before we get in here, we do all the preliminary work, get you up to date with some news, and then we get a little bit of weather forecast for you, and then we jump in. And usually, we jump into a little bit of conversation on Tuesdays, and then we would have guests. Well, when you have powerful guests, they get to state the terms of their presence on the show, and so we have to, right from the start, introduce these heavyweights in the house. Iconic, legendary dentist surgeon is here with us this morning, Dr. Osbert Usher. The name is almost synonymous with dentistry in Belize.
Certainly.
And has, I know the inside of my mouth pretty well. That's for sure. It's the first person I've ever interviewed who has such knowledge. And I have, once upon a long time,
okay,
we would get the occasional visits from the guest that has joined Dr. Usher, and we're talking about Nurse Isabel Bennett Moody. She's here. I've seen her as senator and all of that, and you know, I've not seen her, spoken to her for
okay.
Talk about dash away. But it's great to see you, great to have you on the show.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Hyde.
All right, Dr. Usher, you're here not to give dental advice, which we can arrange at some point in the future.
Certainly, yeah.
But you're here this morning to discuss something that we have covered here in the news, and in fact has garnered significant attention and interest. People are like, whoa, didn't know that this was happening, and so we are glad to have been a part of disclosing that to the general public, that you have done something, embarked on something very historic and something very significant. Tell us about it.
Yes, we have been doing this for some 2.5 years, developing what we now consider and call the magazine Dental Academy, in which our focus is to train students in the art of oral hygiene. And it's a mix of oral hygiene, hybriding it with dental hygiene. So these individuals will be coming out with skills in oral hygiene, how to take care of their mouth, how to educate people in taking care of their mouth. And likewise, they'll be coming out with proficiency in the professional aspect of doing prophylaxis on people, that's dental cleaning on individuals. And they'll be able to work with the entire community. They'll be under the auspices of licensed practitioners, dental practitioners. They will be licensed by the government of Belize through the Ministry of Health. We have already initiated that process. And we're looking forward to accreditation from international recognized university and dental hygiene schools, so as to bring this magazine, Dental Academy, to the forefront of the region, Central America, Caribbean, and you know, Mexico is close to us, so we'll be opening ourselves as much as we possibly can to...
As far as a private entity getting into this type of training and certification, I mean, period, is this, are you setting a precedent here?
Certainly in Belize, there's, at least to my knowledge, nowhere close. I mean, even in Central America, there's schools that deal with this issue. And it's such a pressing issue basically because from oral health diseases, there's lots of other non-communicable diseases like cardiovascular disease, diabetes, kidney disease, low birth rate, these things that can be detained, prevented from its early stages. And early stages most of the time begins through the largest entry to our body, which is our oral cavity.
Yeah.
And we see this tremendously lacking in beliefs. So by ourselves embarking in this educational process, I believe we will be reducing the incidence of these non-communicable disease, will be reducing the incidence of cost to the government and the personal cost to individual, the loss of lives, the loss of productivity in our nation. Hence, it's building belief.
No, that aspect of it, your expertise in dentistry, obviously you're one of the most well-known dentists in our community for a very long time. But beyond creating this academy and the fact that it serves medically and it serves dentistry and ultimately then serves the community, it also has the secondary, the companion objective, whether that was the intention or not, of developing young people and giving young people a chance to add something else that they can become interested in and to find a path towards stability and development. I don't know if that was one of the considerations when you were conceptualizing this initiative, but undoubtedly this is something that is going to be accomplished by it.
Certainly it is an aspect that, yes, we had very much put emphasis on that, as we know there's limited job creation in Belize. This is a job creating, lifelong community effort that will be enhancing individually students, their families, and on a whole the community. So certainly it plays a lot of role in job creation, in stability for that individual going through a course like this.
Now, you're a modest man, obviously, Dr. Osher. Because I'll go beyond that, before I go over to my dear sister and nurse Isabel, my father, who is also been, you'd say a patient. I don't know if you use that term. In, you know, do you use that word in dentistry?
Patient, yeah.
Patient client for a long time. When he told me about it, he spoke about it with immense respect. Not just for the academy, he has this immense respect for the fact that you have maintained your dentistry, the operations of it, in what would be regarded by many as being, well, not the kind of high economic activity community. It has people have a negative view of it. I was talking to an entrepreneur who is in that general vicinity who was expressing a certain concern that they don't know the bank is moving from right there at the junction of that would be
Magazine and
Cemetery, and was pondering what that would mean, what the consequences of that would mean. So you're talking about an area that has a level of, let us call it what it is, economically depressed when it comes to productive activities, businesses, companies doing this type of thing. And I am sure over the years it has been a consideration or maybe a suggestion to you to say, well, you could move your operations to a more frontline, more commercially energized area, but you have remained on Magazine Road and now not only remained on Magazine Road, but now you are elevating and expanding. And so when he phrased it that way, I said, yeah, I can see that. And so there's this tremendous admiration for that approach. Is that deliberate, premeditated, or it was just circumstances?
Well, I would say it's circumstantial as part of it because, the building is established. But my impetus in dentistry has always been forward thinking. And we have always been the facility that is innovative. We're the first individuals to bring in the cone beam computerized tomography in Belize, the 3D X-ray machine. We're the first to bring in the panoramic machine. So we've always been upgrading our clinic, regardless of the environment in which we are. But I think Magazine Road is basically now part of the central Belize. Downtown Belize, yes, lots of commercial activities. There's, I think,
but a lot of the commercial activity is moving north.
Towards north and west. So, we're westward of that. The bus station is close to us. There's lots of activities happening within the area.
You love your spot.
And I love my spot. Yes.
And now that spot becomes even more dynamic.
Definitely.
So, nurse, if you don't mind me prying a bit here.
Yes, sir.
I know of you at the UB.
Yes.
I know of your immense passion for nursing.
Yeah.
And I am absolutely sure that has not changed. I don't know. Nobody can convince me of that. You are a deep advocate for nursing in Belize. It's your soul.
It is.
So now how it is now you're gone into dental academy now, because I see here that you are the dean of this emerging novel magazine, Dental Academy.
Well, if I could say, Dr. Usher is my cousin.
Oh!
And so...
that the man do with you?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
And
I'm with a family.
Yes, but no, I grew up at home with my grandmother reminding me that I have a cousin studying dentist, I have a cousin studying law, I have a cousin doing nursing, and so I guess I was influenced from then.
Okay.
But besides the family ties, I have always respected and seen my cousin as a very visionary person. And even as he spoke about the innovation that he has brought to the dental clinic, which he has, 41 years under his belt, he is now bringing innovation to education in the sense that we are exploring all aspects of technology to be able to deliver the program.
Okay.
It's a 12 months program, and of course with breaks in between. And the students will be fully taught in terms of theory as well as practice, and a heavy emphasis on practice. The lab is very equipped, elaborate, I would say state of the art from what I've seen and observed. And it promises to be a program that will start to have the impact it needs to as it relates to general health. We only have 79 dentists in country. If I remember the statistics properly, we have 2 in Toledo, which means if this program has the impact it needs to, and it will, these oral hygienists can be placed in the districts to be able to assist the dentists to be able to have the oral education in the population that we need. As Dr. Usher said earlier, health begins in the mouth. Very little people know, and they should, just like you know our names, we should know that when there is breakdown in the teeth, in any of the tooth I should say, or in the gum, that can be the predisposing factors to other major illnesses in our bodies. And oftentimes, the yellow collection on the teeth and everything else that he can explain in more details, people just think it's, it's okay to be there to a certain extent. You brush once every week or something like that. I mean, the simple techniques in how to brush, generally the population don't know. So what these oral hygienists will be doing is actually going to schools, going to care centers like the elderly homes, the youth and organizations, etc., to be able to educate people to be able to do the proper care for their teeth, which in the end will give you a better or general health.
So what you're actually doing, it seems like you are putting people on a path.
Yes, career.
If they have ambition, determination, potentially they will be able to use this as a springboard to become more trained. Maybe there will be, I think undoubtedly some will become
dentists eventually, yeah.
And compete with you.
I believe we are lacking a lot of oral health care in Belize. So competition, what's my competition? The individual buying a television or go to the jewelry store and buying jewelry and things like that.
Rather
than taking care of their mouth.
Rather than dealing with the priority.
Right.
All right. And so let's speak on how potential folks listening and watching who are now interested to see what this means for them, how do they proceed?
Okay, so an application will be available online. The website is being stabilized, I would say. Once that application is available online, will be mid-February. Those persons can apply. For right now, if they would like a tour of the facility, they can come at number 16 Magazine Road, which is, he named the academy, of the mainstay of the street. And they can get a tour of the facility. They can see everything as it relates to the lab, the area where we'll be doing our lectures, etc. There's even an awesome student-centered lounge area, which is, again, Dr. Usher's vision in how he would like a student-centered approach to learning. So they're welcome to come by and get that tour.
All right. What are their prerequisites?
Yeah, it's students that are interested, and I would say students, but then I would also say they're mature. There's space for a mature individual. Once you have background in science, biology would be the basic science that will be required. Again, understanding the anatomy of the body.
So you would have to have you would have to have done it in high school. Or
high school, yeah.
High school.
High school.
High school is good enough.
Yes, high school is good enough. Because the reality is, if you want to become a dentist, you can actually leave from high school into university for that, right?
Yeah.
So the same thing applies here. From high school, you can definitely enter into the program, and make sure that, of course, you maintain your grades, etc., etc. We're also exploring possibility of fundings for students that may not be able to fully cover their costs. But it promises to be an exciting program.
Potentially, is it a place where you would earn credits towards a degree?
Definitely. Like I said, we're exploring accreditation abroad. And once that is done, certainly it is a career opportunity for forward integration into the aspect of dentistry. And they're just stages that will be encountered by these individuals, so as to eventually, if they so desire, uplift themselves to a more rewarding career, being a dental surgeon or any part of dentistry that they so desire.
So who will be training? Because I can't imagine you are going to be finding time to go up there to do any training.
Yes, I will be.
You
I will be the head trainer, right?
Really?
And we have two others that will be training.
Where are you going to find that time, Doctor?
I will use the phrase as my brother uses, I'll find the day between Sunday and Monday to do it. No, I have relegated my actual work in dentistry a bit, and I will focus a bit more on educating these students. I think it's a rewarding aspect, knowing that it will fulfill some of the needs, the necessity, the vital aspects of having good oral health. As who World Health Organization says it, there's no good health without oral health.
I imagine there is a cap on the cohort, is limited spaces?
We're looking at 25.
25
yes.
initial, and can we discuss what that potentially would be, what the cost would be for the 12 months?
All right, so we're looking at $20,000 per month. That's roughly
$20,000
per year. Sorry,
wow.
per
wow.
Sorry, for the program. For the program.
Doing this
oh man.
Oh yeah.
So everybody should know with that error that it's only $20,000 per year. You know, roughly about $1,600 or so per month. But remember, it's an investment into a career path, and because of the lack of the proportion for dentists to population, this is clearly allowing a pathway for persons to come in to be able to assist and be able to generate income for themselves. Having to do this program means that you can work with a dentist or under the supervision of a dentist, but doing this program also position you to be able to work with big companies like Colgate and the others that they didn't pay me for advertisement, but you can actually work with them because you know the intricacies of the whole field of dentistry. You can also venture on to be a blubber, to be able to influence the population in how to do different things to care for the teeth, and again resulting in general good health.
Any possibility of collaborating with some of the financial institutions to get kind of student assistance, for example, DFC or maybe the credit unions?
Certainly, we are about to approach the financial institutions like DFC that gives student loans to assist the individuals that are interested in going through this course. If we look at the costs as it relates to international cost in obtaining a certificate in oral education or dental hygienist, it costs an average of $39,000 US per year to do a course like this. In Belize, we're talking about 20,000 Belize
Even
dollars.
when compared to, say, for example, Guatemala or Mexico?
They don't have it.
They don't have it.
Probably Mexico does,
right.
But I know Guatemala doesn't have it. The other Central American countries don't have it.
No, you say that. I wanted to then also have a part B to that question about the potential, since this is what you'd say of national interest. This is a significant community interest. What dialogue or what kind of conversations have been going on insofar as government also being a part of maybe providing a couple of scholarships to the institution?
Yeah, we're talking with government right now. We're talking basically through the chief dental surgeon, which is the head of the dental department of Ministry of Health. They're committing to several students already. Our Minister of Health, the Honorable Bernard, he is fully behind this, supportive of this. And I am certain that they will see how they can help as much as possible, because it's not only the initial costs that they will be providing, if they do provide some level of financing, but it will reduce down the road the aspect of the cost of causing people to recuperate from the diseases that are linked to the oral cavity. So it's a win-win situation. It's paying now, a little now, or paying a lot more later on. And then the personal aspect that happens to it, the individual suffering that goes with it, the loss of work,
and the both of you, Dr. Osher and Nurse Isabel, what you are speaking on is something that is not often discussed. Doctors don't do it, public health people don't do it. It's like the truth that is kept a secret. That a lot of the big bad guys, when it comes to non-communicable diseases, the research is not iffy. Your oral health is directly tied to it. And some people might say, no, how if I got one 2 by 2? What that have to do with my heart? What that got to do with maybe even things like cancer? Like what they telling me now? No, I know. But doctor, nurse, you could probably confirm this research has proven this.
Yes, we have like the Bangkok Declaration that happened last year in November, where the World Health Organization is putting a lot of emphasis in oral health and its association with general health. They're putting a lot of emphasis so as to all the nations that are signatories to the World Health Organization come up with this declaration whereby they need, the members need to emphasize a lot in oral health to prevent these maladies that are happening throughout the world. And not only Belize, the world. Right? So it's a general idea, evidence-based, that without good oral health, we suffer later on. And the suffering is not only economically, it's physically. The individual with cardiovascular disease or kidney disease that has to be in dialysis, if it is kidney disease, or has to be a heart transplant, a heart attack, respiratory problems, these things are costly. The mere fact you mentioned of losing a tooth, we don't think about, we lose a tooth and we can't chew properly, so we swallow our food in larger chunks so it isn't digested properly. It causes our stomach to be churning and working a lot harder so as to try to mix the digestive juices with the food so as to get the nutritional value of that food item that you swallowed, you ate, and you're not getting it. You pass it out and then you're not getting the benefit of it. And later on, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, you end up with stomach problems. You go to the gastroenterologist and they say, well, you need to do this and you need to do this. But all this happened because you lost 2 teeth or 3 teeth or 5, 10.
It's true in many things that calamities are the result of a lot of small things gone wrong.
True. Very true.
And it's no different with the human body.
Very true.
One of the critical components that, again, I imagine the way it works is you don't go to a cardiologist and he will tell you, well, the problem is you need to go to a dentist regularly. But nurse, this is where having more people having this knowledge
will have the impact.
It will assist in creating that awareness, right?
Yes, definitely. Just to think, if a child or an adult has a cavity, in there are bacteria. Those bacteria can travel to the heart through the blood vessels. And for some reason, people think it's, if the tooth is not hurting, then there's no reason to go to the dentist until then. But you can have a good heart and end up with a heart problem simply because of a cavity. We can't overemphasize. I was quite taken aback when the nutritionist asked Dr. Usher, so how often should we be brushing? In my head, even as a nurse, I know it's supposed to be 3 times per day. And his response was, no, in dentistry we say it's every time you eat. And I'm like, okay.
Very few people
knows that?
Very few people travel around with their toothbrush.
Well, the thing is, Mr. Hyde,
one person in my time that carries a toothbrush with them, and it stood out, right? No matter where it was,
he was
in Callaway to Bush.
Good practice, and those are the practices that we would want even in the schools.
Right.
After a child, I mean, they're giving them nutritious meals in some schools. We want to be able to introduce this whole program where through these oral hygienists, they actually start to practice proper brushing. And to the point now that you can have your small water pick in your bag, and after you finish eating, you just do a quick floss. And you know, it's moving closer to what would be best practices in oral health overall.
So just so we can recap and also put a wrap on this great initiative, tell us about it, and then how can individuals right now after this show get more information and make contact? There is a phone call coming in, but my phone has been a very, very unfaithful friend. Let me see if it works. Hello? Yeah, sorry. You can try my cell phone number at 672-4770, and please understand, we have tried multiple things to figure out what has happened to our phone. It's acting like AI, like a rogue AI is in the phone doing what it wants, because some calls it takes, some calls it doesn't, and we've changed phones. The bad spirit is in the wiring. That's all we can conclude at this time. So if you really want to get in, you can use my cell phone number. And hello.
Greetings, Mose. Good morning, nurse. Good morning, dentist sister. Yeah.
Good morning,
I'm the last person, I believe, that the first time is student to people, Mose.
Oh.
I never knew that brother that was a dentist. I never knew that sister that was a nurse. And I absolutely love it, Afro.
Oh, okay.
And I am very, very excited, especially as Black people, that they have the vision for offer Belizeans this opportunity for learn, and that in a Southside Belize City. But people wouldn't know this for me, right? But like I had a teeth down, big thing for me. And I'm fortunate that I had parents who were introduced me to a dentist early, who was the family dentist, so the Houstoners, as we like. So even when I got to the States, I had named Brand Job would give me dental coverage. The first thing they said to me is, you have all your teeth? No, I have fillings. I've had them from I was 14. But teeth are one big thing for me, and somebody once said to me that your mouth is an indication of your overall health. And I know that believes on a lot of people, especially working class people, that just because somebody never teach with, how important it is to take care with teeth. And what sugar in particular do with teeth. So when I say really young children, like Alisa 5, and they have rotten teeth, like totally rotten, or you saw a number of adults with missing tooth, that because somebody never teach them, they never know, they never have access to their care. I mean dental care. One lot of we don't know about flossing and how important it is to brush as soon as possible. If you can't even brush your teeth after you eat, at least rinse out. Rinse out so you get the particles out of your mouth so you not stay between your teeth and rotten. One number we have bad breath, and we have no idea why we have bad breath. One dream of mine, and I know original dream because I see for international news years ago, but that one dream I have. For how one space like Swift Hall, we'll have social dentists, like for a whole day. And I don't prefer Belizean dentists, not international people all the time. We just offer free dental care to the community. Now, it takes one serious effort, but I know it's possible. But I really, really salute you know, especially as Black people, for offer the country something like this. And I really, really encourage Belizean people. No need for going to the schools, and need for create one ad, or need for create something to make people know about this opportunity for the call and say, listen, we have more applications that we could take this year. And that is, I find that when you say how much you can't see in other areas, that this, even though we have still a lot of money for Belizean people, it's still affordable. I just can't thank on enough families and cousins for keeping it in the family. That something like this is being offered. I just feel absolutely proud on and big thanks. And like I say, I had a came out, and the first time the children were here about, you know. So I think it could be said the same. But I know the clinic today, but I just never know that who was the clinic.
There was once a time, sister, when nurse was a frequent flyer. There was once a time.
I love the sister Afro, so I forgive her.
You're welcome to come by.
Big Afro, I forgive her for it. But clearly she's been busy working.
All right.
And big thanks. Big thanks. Let's organize people and save the people.
Thank you very much.
We receive the blessings, Yaya. We receive it.
Yeah, and anybody that knows Sister Yaya that she doesn't give compliments, so maybe once or twice for the year at the most.
This may be the last one.
Yeah, I think this might be the last one. What's today, the night? I think it's very unlikely. Very unlikely that you will hear Sister Yaya give that energy on the show.
Oh man,
enough respect.
That was well received.
Definitely. Yeah, so I think we expect to hear more. Again, folks can.
Yeah.
Is there a number they can call?
They can call. We have both. We have two numbers right now. It's 656-0967 or 656-0976.
I have another call coming in.
Sure.
WB, good morning. Good morning.
Greetings, Brother Mose and the gentleman and lady from the Dental Association.
Dental Academy.
The name of the Mose. Dental Academy.
Yes.
I miss a part. A child would like if the young man don't mind, the gentleman don't mind it. You ask him if Guatemala have something. That's the part I miss when he said they didn't have it. What was that?
I guess a dental academy that trains
oral hygienists.
Oral hygienists. He's saying that they don't have a doctor.
Our model of the program.
Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
Go ahead, Dr. Shiwan.
Yeah, I don't believe Guatemala has. I know very many years ago they had a program with dental assistant in San Carlos University. But I don't think that continues. USAC, right. I don't think that is continue. I am constantly in communication with some of my colleagues that still teaches at San Carlos, USAC.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
Let me say thank you for your program and what you're presenting today. And Sister Yaya mentioned the oral hygiene. It's important, brushing the teeth. But I also learned is flossing the teeth is also very much important, using the dental floss. And it's like I say, I really the dental services in Belize, a lot of people, maybe including me, we won't go to the dental, especially private, because the cost is very high. So many people end up just like the general medicine or kidney disease or so, they have to go somewhere else. I went across to do it because paying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a dental care in Belize, it only cost me like less than half of that when I went across the border. But thank you for your program. I continue listening. Thank you.
Okay.
And I respect the things I say, the Afro identity. Yes, I'm with that 100%. Respect.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Again, I think Dr. Osher made the point that it's about what we prioritize, and so we often, when we are willing to spend maybe on getting a new flat screen TV, but we're hesitant to go and make sure that we're not going to hole with a ton, black hole somewhere in the mouth and trying to deal with it, because the cost of maintaining the aftermath of that is far beyond the cost of doing it early, no?
The preventative method is the cheapest method. If we visit the dentist on a regular basis, we can observe things that are happening or about to happen, and we can prevent these things from happening, and it costs a lot less.
You wait till when it becomes...
So when you wait until when it becomes a pain and you can't sleep 3-4 days during the week, and you can't go to work 3-4 days because of that pain, the cost is upon your work, Are you getting paid? Social Security has to pay you. You're in agony during the day, especially during the night. And yes, then it costs so much to try to alleviate you, try to get you from having that pain, when it could have cost you, if you went there earlier, it could have cost you tenfold less.
Absolutely. A stitch in time, they say.
Yeah.
Saves 9.
And
Nurse, you wanted to...
I was just going to say, the preventive part is what the oral hygienist would be teaching the general population. So again, we will be small in numbers in this first cohort, but we're definitely looking at an impact that will start to propel that wave that is needed in the Belizean population to be able to be more proactive about oral health and oral practices.
Yeah. You know, my old man always say, right, careful not talk about people to other people. Because Belize small, you don't know who the family to you. You might have no idea. So good thing I never gonna try to talk about Dr. Osha to you. Nurse.
I wouldn't have tolerated it. Not at all.
You have to be careful, Belize small. I want to thank you both for sharing the information and dropping in.
Thank you.
And all the best. Hopefully it's not the last time we see you, you know.
No, Mr. Hyde. Actually, I'm already thinking about what this set would look like with our oral hygienist having to come in to show how to use the flask, how to use the water pick, etc., how to brush. The vision is there.
Please don't suggest that me and me the guinea pig. Make sure you know that. I'm willing to accommodate the show. But thank you both for joining me and all the best, Dr. Osha.
Thank you very much, Mose.
Thanks. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We take a break. We go to 2 Cent Scam, sponsored by Vote Security. We will be right back after that.
Watching WB, and this is XTV. I got to say big respect to our sponsors, 4 Point Security, and a lot of senior citizens are upset because 55 is the age for retirement. A lot of public servants are unhappy because they have to retire at age 55. Let's go find out the people in 2 cents and see how they feel about it.
Yeah, I think 55 now a good age.
As a public servant, if you think 55 is good for retirement?
Yeah. Give somebody else one break, the younger generation.
All right.
At 55 you're supposed to do, get by your foot and have it all together.
All right. Now you're 2 cents.
Yeah.
It's good for a public servant to retire.
60, 55, that's still young men. That's just my opinion.
That's your 2 cents.
Yeah, my 2 cents.
All right.
And even if 55 don't good age for anything, period, we can start there.
55 don't have good age for public servant retire?
Brick. Yes, Brick.
Yes, Brick. 55 is a good age for public servant retire?
Too early. Everybody else have to work long.
How you say, you think 55 is a good age for public servant retire?
That's the task, we are very strong. I like me, I wonder why they give up 55, because 55 is very healthy and going good.
It's Christmas time at Brothers Hyde and Hyde, and we have some great gifts for you, like our signature 15% off all Berger, Penta, and domestic paints, and 30 to 40% off selected and discontinued colors. 15% off all power tools, 20 to 30% off select tiles, 20 to 65% off light fixtures, and 40% off sunlight windows and mirrors. Also, GST free days on December 6th and 20th. Plus, for every $50 you spend, get a chance to win a $500 gift certificate in our 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from all of us at Brothers Hyde and Hyde.
The journey towards owning a home was a family decision as we needed stability and security. And it was a financial investment that we would have for our family's legacy. Getting a home loan from Atlantic Bank was very easy. The officers there were able to walk you through the process and you were able to ask questions. Moving into our home for the first time was a blessed and happy experience. I remember turning the key for the first time, and the family was so excited to see our new home where we'll be making new memories in.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Want all the postpaid perks without the commitment? Now you can with Smart Supercharged prepaid plans. All the talk, text, and data you need. No contracts, no hassle. Pay upfront for your package and enjoy total freedom. No commitments. Just simple, flexible plans that fit your life. Pick your power, Core, Edge, or Prime. Prepaid plans ready when you ready. Commit to no commitments and get yours today. Dial 7526 or star 100 pound key, use the Smart app, or visit a Gimme Dollar agent to purchase today. Smart, bringing people together.
We are training over 150 Belizeans in different higher tier services. This is one of them. It's for cybersecurity.
A lot of the cyber attackers are automating these processes at scale. They're using a lot of AI tools to do social engineering, to figure out businesses that are vulnerable to cyber attacks. They're also using AI tools to initiate these cyber attacks. From our research, we know that a lot of businesses in Belize have been compromised. A lot of them are victims of what we call advanced persistent threats, where you have attackers operating within their systems, their network, and the environment, and the businesses don't even know that these attacks are actually going on.
Cybersecurity is no longer optional, it is going to be essential, especially in a country like Belize where much of our infrastructure is outdated and vulnerable. We don't have a lot of people who are trained in cybersecurity here, leaving a big opening for cyber threats.
We almost have nobody here that's defending us in terms of the internet.
Financially, we are very exposed, right? Especially with with everything that's going on with the contactless cards and online banking and all of that, and everything linked to your emails, and the fact that we use social media, and social media is a huge part of that.
It's important that people in Belize actually attain this knowledge so they can start safeguarding the critical infrastructure, businesses and individuals in the country. If we train 500 cybersecurity professionals, they have jobs to do in Belize.
We expect for Belize to have a cadre of experts in cybersecurity to not only offer service in Belize, but also in the global economy, because it's a large market.
If we could train enough people and enough people come to the courses and we get together and network, this is going to explode.
This a trend New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. From the border to the boulevard, physical fit. Fun to my agony, strength in a it. Big up the farmer champions, them we do it. But who take the crown in a 2026? This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. Straight to Belize from the northern district. To win this race, a happy cyclist dream. They make them boast, them take the sugar and cream. This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream.
It's the Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. All top-class riders hit the pavement for the start of the cycling calendar. Thursday, January 1st, it's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic.
This a Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream, 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 cream.
Belize, it's that time again. GST-free weekends are back on December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st. Just in time for big savings for Christmas. On these weekends, most local retail goods will be GST-free at checkout. That includes frequently bought standard-rated goods such as furniture, appliances, electronics, clothing and footwear, Christmas decorations, curtains, rugs, Marley, toys, and grocery items like seasonings, mixed essences, mixed fruits, and soft drinks. Everything you need to make your December more affordable. And good news for the holiday cooks. Picnic shoulder ham, smoked ham leg, and imported turkey are 0 rated all December long. And before you leave the store, always take a quick look at your receipt. You should see the GST removed or discounted automatically. So that means more savings and more room in your Christmas budget. So Belize, let's shop smart this Christmas season. December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st, GST-free weekends brought to you by Belize Tax Services.
Hyde hosting on this Tuesday morning, the 9th of December 2025. And we want to welcome you back. And now we are kind of free to have a full ranging conversation. We have our telephone number primarily. It's the cell phone number because, yeah, this phone deserve jail time. The girl kind of problems, but we do have the cell phone number. It's 672-4770 for you to jump into the conversation, and feel free to engage us on any of the topics that you want to engage us in. That is what we do here. We have this full open, full ranging conversation, and it's built on participation and inclusion. We know they have to preach, we know they have to give on sermons, so we want you to come forward, tell me what's going on with you. Of course, as always, things going on in Belize where just, have to deal with, once we get a chance to deal with it. I want to just look at the very interesting comments made by but we have a call. Let me just get the caller. Well, actually, the caller, I know the caller, so make a call on back.
Sorry, the number.
I can't at you, brother. If you're the caller, I don't know what's going on with you.
Sorry.
All right. So I just linked me back. I said, Brother Will is trying to get in, so he had promised that he would call in this morning. So make sure you get in, brother, cause okay. Good morning.
Good morning, Mose.
Good morning, Miss Kuna.
Good morning, Belize. I'm listening to Dr. Oshan, the young lady that my dentist only played my mouth. Good, very smart dentist. I'm proud really proud. I'm listening to the show. I get up early to tune into my show. And I say, well, it's a blessing. And I wish everybody and try to accommodate everybody where they could get in, We could have more dentists, young ones, As he's doing a good job.
All right, Miss Kuna, I want to get Brother Will, so we have to talk again because I want to get Brother Will. Enough love, right?
Say, man, good morning, Packliff. Enough love, Denise.
All right. Make we see. All right. If anything, you call back, Miss Kuna. Brother Will.
Yes. Yeah. Morning, Brother Mose.
I want you to know that you make a cut, Miss Kuna. I just want you to know.
I want me to call before Miss Kuna and tell Miss Kuna I'll come to the city or the LA tonight. I want to see Rumpopo.
No, you need to mix up. That Miss Carol deal with the Rumpopo. Miss Kuna, among other things that my favorite, we got Hudut, we got fish tea, which is the number one. Then you have panades and ganaches so nobody can touch. So just to make you know. Yeah.
All right. Yes, I have to link.
But when you come to the Rumpopo, Miss Carol, you know the big things. Big up my Belgian, Kojak. Wicked Rumpopo in a different Kojak. When it comes to exotic Rumpopo of flavor to the point where the man even have what they call vegan variety of the Rumpopo thing. Crazy. Kojak. Big up. We have to usually get the man on the show, so that don't happen.
Yes, Kojak. And I'll come it right now. I'll bring some Kopali rum and some organically grown egg. Nobody like egg to get in at a Rumpopo for Kojak. And with Carol. Alright?
Yeah.
Well, keep it carbon negative.
Gotcha, brother. Talk to me. What's going on?
Yes. So today, my brother Mose, I don't know what's going on in that Belize because internationally it's December 9th, Anti-Corruption Day, but like I don't hear nothing from nobody about corruption in Belize. I guess Belize are just a blessed country. We have zero corruption then.
Or we have chosen not to be hypocrites. So It could be.
Why?
Right? Maybe we have that single strand of decency where we say, man, make we no try fool nobody. Like, oh.
I involved in the corruption, so I even know going out they go try that one anti-corruption because all are we corrupt, no?
Yeah, so why we are fake it? Why we are? No, maybe it's the one decent act is to ignore the fact that it's World Corruption Day. One decent act of saying we won't be hypocrites to that.
Yeah.
You could look on it that way.
Man, probably because like nothing fun, nobody in at the churches.
No celebration, no awareness, no consciousness, no. Yeah. Remember that we are one of the few and proud countries where still remain outside of being able to have our transparency index determined.
Yes.
You know that?
Yes. Yes,
all right.
Yes, familiar with that. They even make the index so corrupt.
No. They could make the argument that you can't say we're the worst or the best. We just are unavailable. We are unavailable for participation, brother.
Yeah, that is so to me.
But Will Mejia, standing strong, is reminding the nation that today is
Anti-Corruption Day.
Anti-Corruption Day, as sponsored by who?
The People's National Party.
You're sneaking your lead plug. All right, but it is recognized. Is it a United Nations recognized day or something like that?
Yes, it's recognized by the United Nations.
Yeah.
Today is Anti-Corruption Day.
Got it.
And so when you would think that every civil society organization out there would be putting out something, and I wonder.
Book the civic, have some speeches, wave some flags, maybe even do a march, one procession. None of the above.
Nothing. But down here at PG, we're going to some of the places where corruption has been rampant, right?
But Brother Will, part of the problem, and I would want to write on our behalf to the United Nations to say if they would reconsider changing the day from being so in at the Christmas season to something outside. Because as I explained to...
Agree with that.
Huh?
I fully agree with that.
Because birds, we get, we go in a trance. For most people, right after Garifuna Settlement Day, for some outliers, even before then. I think I actually see Christmas decorations from the first week of November. And I thought that was incredible. We get into a trance and dealing with heavy things in December is very, very difficult. There's been a theory put forward that when governments in the past and various administrations want put something where people miss, the time to do it is in December. Because boy, when we get this gripe water here, we don't feel no pain.
For real.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they decided to have it in December, because that's the time when you see the most corruption take place besides like election season. So I mean, like I just want to say how disappointed I am in the fact that they hear from nobody, none of the government, none of the ministries where that would fall under, and nothing like that. And like we at the least we just okay with it. I see we're still living?
Yes, bro.
Yeah. I see just recently, right? I guess I have to call it out way. Rampant corruption where the public just participate in. For example, just recently, on the, I guess it was last weekend or the weekend before, when you had a busload of people from PG, well, not a busload, a half bus full of people from the Toledo district who gone up the Bird's Eye, right? They agreed to play in this game where the people in the divisions up there have 11 players and they only have 3 players. And they fully feel like, yeah, they're on board with that, even though it is outright.
I would disagree. I would disagree with you that that's corruption. It's possible that there is something underneath. You could say that people, they make erroneous choices. You could question their choice. You could question why you would be a diehard of a party, a political party, when your circumstances that have been designed by the mass parties in Belize has you structurally at a disadvantage, that it is not in your self-interest and it is not obviously an intelligent thing to do, but it is still your right. It is still your right to choose a party. It is still your right to believe in your party. It is still your right to want to participate in steering the path for your party. So I don't know that I can condemn a party person. No, if the choice is being made, not just because they are miscalculating or they are not exhibiting any good discretion, but because they are opportunistic and because a deal has been cut for them to do that, then that's when it becomes a corrupt act, you see? And obviously, you have both varieties. You have people who do make cutting deals, and that is the reason why they are behaving the way they are behaving. But you also have individuals that have one level of belief and have one level of conviction and preference, and that are how they ride when they ride.
Yes, okay, Mose, I don't have a problem with that particular point that you just raised. But my point that I am raising is that the Constitution of Belize says that the division shouldn't be more than 10 or 15% bigger than the other division. So when you go and play in that division, when they endorse that your division, 60-70% bigger than the other division, when the Constitution says it should be 10 to 15%, and you participate in that, then that's the corruption where I talk.
Well, you are complicit in
corruption.
You are complicit in a disregard for the constitutional requirement, but then you also have to look at the fact that there's been multiple people-driven efforts to correct this problem, and our very courts have proven to be inadequate. So much so that, technically speaking, the respective administrations can say, well, judges have heard this. They had the full opportunity to say, well, this is illegal, declare it illegal, and force the respective administrations and political parties to comply with the law. So they can hide behind the inadequacy, and in my view, the very incorrect position taken by the judges and the courts, and they could argue that, well, they only make decisions on the arguments and the quality of the arguments that are put forward, and so some of these things have been determined not based on law, but the decisions are based on technicalities, which technicalities are technicalities, as undesirable as some of them are, no? I just to say there are flavors of disregard, and I agree with you that you have people who are fully aware, they are completely conscious of what this is, how much of a disadvantage it is, how much it is a violation of people's constitutional rights, and they don't care. Those individuals burn out. There are individuals who have not spent the time to really become aware of all these arguments and what is required, and not everybody has heard the argument for just a realignment of our electoral constituencies. Some have, people have tried, peace movement has tried, Brother Jerry has tried, Enriquez. Some media houses have spent time engaging on this conversation, but still, there is a lot of people who those arguments have not reached, and you have to concede that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but but again, to me, that's what leads to the corruption. Because, for example, when you look at the definition of corruption, you say when something happens, we make others suffer as a result of that, of X or B.
Yeah.
Right? So, when you, because they participate in the process, so
Yeah.
when the pie they get share, and a Toledo or Stan Creek or Cairo district get a smaller piece of the pie, right? Then people suffer because they don't get their fair share, which is, in my opinion, corruption.
No, it's unconstitutional. It's corrupt. It's illegal. If you're not complying with the requirements of the Constitution, then it's not lawful, because the Constitution is the law. Constitution is the law. So it go deep, but it's also a grave injustice, and it's a grave injustice that ultimately fosters a significant inequality. That's what we're dealing with here. It's unequal, it's unjust. And so we want as many people to start to understand why they should care more than they do. We want them to understand it, period. We want them to understand the maths of it, understand the weight that is being given to a citizen in a disproportionately sized constituency as compared to another. Like, we have to just continue to harp on how grotesque this inequality is, and the extent to which it hurts those individuals who are on the wrong end of the stick.
Right, that's correct. And I totally agree with that, again, which leads back to corruption, because the government, both governments, refuse to follow the Constitution. But let me shift to something else right now, Mose, to make it more obvious about the corruption that exists since the anti-corruption day. Like, you have, right here, sports are a big thing in Belize, right? Big thing in Belize. And you have the Football Federation of Belize, like 3 or 4 years ago, from the PG, signed this agreement with the mayor, town council, and another present mayor was not the mayor at the time, the previous mayor. Dish out this money to build this artificial turf, and up to now the thing no get built. All the evidence today, FFB, right, Football Federation of Belize, like try every time we bring it up, they try put some kind of sugar coating on it, then it will happen, and up to now, it don't happen, and the money gone missing.
That thief.
Yeah.
Yes.
Outright. Here comes the new administration or different people, the same party, different people that run things now. FFB again, come down again and say, hey, they make a lot of noise for nothing, they make a lot of noise, but we, right now, we are correcting the situation. That's been months, lot of photo opportunities and things come up, and today, still the kids are being deprived. You all remember Mose, because you follow sports sometimes, right? Well, all the time then, and you all remember the Gutierrez brothers, right? Then a PG legends, when PG always had like one of the top ranking teams in the country, I believe, right? Now PG not even in the Premier League or no kind of league. And again, it's because of corruption. PG only have one field for the entire band of PG, so that even though the tongue grow, the people they don't have no place to play. And that's as a result of corruption. The people get marginalized, and then everybody suffer, and PG not even make it on the big screen right now, or the Toledo district, because when they come to the youth, right, the facilities are not there, and it's because of corruption the facilities are not there, and when it's not there, then everybody suffer. You know, I go to Belmopan and I drive around Belmopan, I see a covered basketball court, another covered basketball court, and all covered because, you know, it rain a lot, I believe, but a PG rain 10 times more, and no basketball court at PG beside the sports complex. They have about 4 or 5 of them, but none of them have a cover, so the people can't play there, you know? So I just wanted to point this out today, since it's like anti-corruption day, and encourage Belizeans, men, to participate in the process and speak out when you see things they happen, because only so things are changing. It might take a long time to change, but it change, like it takes 20 years to get some of the Guatemalans out of the southern Belizean waters, but they out now, no give up.
Yeah. Well, it seems as though it is the day that gets the, there was this, in the 80s, there was this popular comedian called Rodney Dangerfield. And his slogan used to be, I get no respect. And so I guess this is the Rodney Dangerfields of days, no? The anti-corruption day is the least popular day in Belize, because there is no official reflection or any kind of marking of the day. I don't know of any, I've not heard of any, except now that you have called, no, and taken it upon yourself to make sure that people know, even if they don't have no special occasion or no special event or no special march, no kind of candlelight against corruption, nothing at all. But at the least, we'll may hear calling on the show.
Yeah. All right, Mose. Well, that's all I got to say, and that's it for this morning. Thank you very much.
So, you know, I spent a lot of time yesterday, before you go, talking about this situation with Resilient Bowl. And
with who?
The Resilient Bowl,
oh yes, Resilient Bowl, yes.
And again, you and I, we both have solid relationships with people in conservation, with organizations that are in conservation. But when we are looking at this situation, and both you and I, and especially yourself, have been very passionate about creating protection, but creating your concept of protection when you created the Port of Honduras Reserve was to create opportunities for the fisher folk to live. And it was primarily primarily it emphasized, it was almost as though the spirit of creating the reserve, and you have said this multiple times, is about making sure that we are not protecting something for somebody else. And so while it has not been perfect, there has been a commitment to try to keep out invasion. And from what you have described to me, the whole process of the Port Honduras Reserve was a bottoms up. That it was the fisher folk who were central to crafting the design, and their blessing for it was critical. So when we hear these various entities, whether they're the tour guides, the fly fishers, fisher folk, BFF, come forward and then bawl, like them people not bawl just because that they in a job description. Please bawl all the time. And their bawl is not a anti-protection or anti-conservation position. Their bawl is that you are violating my very livelihood. You are doing that in a way that showed zero respect for my input, for my okay, simply because there is a grand prize at the end of the line for you. I think that whether or not you are a fly guide, fly fisher guide, you are a fisher folk who depend on conchs and lobster, marine produce, or you're a tour guide, you have every right to say, I should not be the last to hear about you declaring full protected areas that denies me opportunities and access that I depend upon to live. I really think that, especially for people who, you have some people where I hear 40 million, and for 40 million, they don't got no time for hear no tears from fisher folk. Because 40 million to 40 million. They know it's for them. They don't want to get down to the nitty gritty or the detail, get into the granular details of any agreement to see if it's really fair, if it's really just, if you've done this right. Then okay, then just hear the 40 mil. And you got some people, all they have to hear the protection, and protection meaning good. It must be good, it ought to be good. And again, they don't have any time to listen to crying. And I'm saying that that is an unjust position to have. What are your thoughts?
Very, very unjust. And if they only take the time, Mose, right, and like talk to the fisherman there. Okay, guys, yes, you have that grand prize over yonder, but not rush for it and greed it up and forget about us here. How we could come to an agreement where we all can benefit from this, because at the end of the day, we are Belize. You see? And since there has been no, you wake up one morning and all of a sudden, you got your clients who they bring in money for the tourism industry, huge part of the GDP, right? And you will get up now and you go in the morning now, if the fisherman never ball, right? I stop the meeting, build more, I understand that right there the deal may happen, they may assign it, but now you will get up and you will carry your clients and all of a sudden, hey, you broke the law, you can't call after your clients don't spend the money. For koya and going to fish, or you traditionally feed your family from this area in a sustainable way, because most I tell you, they got areas where I did drive for the past 50 years, I still go get my lobster, they win the lobster season. So if you do it in a sustainable way, that's a win-win situation. But when they just totally disregard the expertise of the people who have lived there all their life, they might not have what? Masters or PhDs, like the one who is still in the ESC offices, they draw up their lines there. But they have the on-ground knowledge of why is it that they could still go back to this place 50 years later and harvest lobster. So, totally this resilient bowl or gold belief. Bowl?
I think it's bowl, yeah.
Yeah, bowl belief is just Out the other, totally disrespectful, man. I mean, like, you know, and you know me, Mose, I'm a man who I consider myself a conservationist, so I will definitely have the environment at heart, but then you can't disrespect the people who live off of the environment. The environment must benefit us. If they could have PHMR now, and you do a study, right, 20 years or 30 years ago when we got to get this thing started, Mose, you'll see that the improvement in everybody's lives. So this thing could work if we do it the right way. Today the guys, they have their pickup trucks, they have their 4-stroke engine, they have bigger boats, cleaner boats, and more resources out there because they were the ones who engineered how are we going to make this thing work.
All right, my brother, give thanks.
Yeah. All right, thanks to Brother Mose, thanks for the time.
Yeah, man, always, brother Will. And take a break and come back.
It's an massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double B-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Saturday. That's right, 2 times the B-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with B-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands in paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, B-Bucks. You can get it all this massive season only at Penny's. Quality and savings.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapada en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que te va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿sabes?
Ok. Farmacia Freetown, carretera 28 Freetown, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Freetown, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
Driving around, particularly during this holiday season, can be quite an experience. Families are out shopping and the streets are buzzing with excitement. It reminds me that this season is all about connections, and it starts with how we treat each other, even on the road. When I'm behind the wheel, I always remind myself that being on the road is more than just following the rules. It's about looking out for each other and making sure we all get home safely to our families. This season, let's continue to be alert and be kind on the road. Be courteous, give way, and stay safe. A message from BEL.
This a trend, New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Cream New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. From the border to the boulevard, physical fit. On to my agony, strength in a it. Big up the farmer champions, them we do it. But who will take the crown in a 2026? This a Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. Straight to Belize from the northern district. To win this race, a heavy cyclist dream. They make them boast, them take the sugar and cream. This a Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream.
It's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic. All top-class riders hit the pavement for the start of the cycling calendar. Thursday, January 1st, it's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic.
This a Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream, 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 cream.
'Tis the season to be merry and make it special. GSCOM will be open all day for both non-GST Saturdays on December 6th and 20th. We are slashing prices of many items for the month of December, and you pay even less when shopping on the non-GST Saturdays. Get deals on gaming, speakers, tablets, smart watches, smart home items, digi cameras, and many more. Take advantage and stop in at any of our 5 branches countrywide, or visit our website and place your orders at www.gscom.bz. Contact us at WhatsApp 621-3766 or visit the Facebook page for daily updates at facebook.com/gscom.bz.
Alright, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose, Hyde is in the house with you on this Tuesday morning, the 9th of December 2025. Let me just quickly take this opportunity to remind you on a programming note that starting Monday night, 15th of December, 7:30, it is the 23rd edition of our Christmas showcase joint between Creme Radio and XTV. Started doing that. It's actually, I'm making a mistake, it's not the 23rd, it's the 22nd. It started in 2003. But we have a call. Creme, good morning, WB.
Morning, Mose. I had to get in before the show done. I'm sure a number of Belizeans recognize that the Christmas Bram and Standby Dance got nominated for inscription on UNESCO World Representative List of Living Heritage this morning. My concern is this, Mose. Some time ago, and if you remember our conversation we had, and you made the point about other people telling a story. Do you remember telling me that?
Yeah.
I mean, in what context? What was the point you were making? Why? I don't remember the rest of the story, but it was a salient point about when other people tell your story as opposed to you telling your own story.
Well, I really hard pressed right now for kind of bring back the context in which, again, that is a common adage, no, that try tell your own story. You know, I think you have said that in many ways as well. So yeah, it's just wisdom that if somebody recognizes you as they have a right to, okay, but that we always, I think, on seeking validation. Like I would see it when people would say, oh, they mentioned Belize on CNN. Oh, do you know that in some movie on Netflix that they refer to Belize, and it makes us feel happy. We are elated over it because I feel it gives us a sense of validation that that's somebody, and for really country that's something. And for me, I always feel like, no, we could say thanks, but you know, they do nothing for me where life changing, because I already have one sense of self-worth. I am able to identify what is valuable that we have and what is valuable about us. And you're, at the end of the day, without disrespect being intended, you don't want Johnny come lately to my high quality and excellence. That's how I see it. I understand though that I think it is UNESCO.
Yes.
It's UNESCO. So for example, the UNESCO have the World Heritage Site, that reef. Like, they didn't make our reef a World Heritage Site. You know, it always was and is. We don't want to lose it. So it is not they saying that gives it its value, but undoubtedly there is some value to having that get established, because now we have often used that to our advantage to say anytime somebody they try violate it, we then use that conveniently to our advantage and say, we don't want to mash up one UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we use it, there's some value to it, but that by itself is not what is giving this thing its value. It's inherent in it, just as anything in our culture and things that are about us and about the place that we call home.
Big respect, Mose. I could not have said it better. My concern is this. I recently interviewed Brad Patico, and I could feel Brad Patrick pain. I've known him pretty much all my life. Of over 60 years, Brad's the only person I know would travel this country, would document, would interview people about Broke Down. And Broke Down is one genre of music like Calypso. One of my friends told me recently, Broke Down used to believe what Calypso is to the Caribbean. It's the stories, the lived experience, suffering, joys of primarily African descendants specialized as black people put to traditional music and rhythm. So I am like taken aback that Christmas Bram and Sambai is being recognized and not Broke Down. The way Brad explained it to me, and I dare anybody to bring anybody other than Brad Patico for be the authority upon this. Broke Down and Sambai will be one subset of, Christmas Bram and Sambai will be a subset of Broke Down. How could one delegation that are in there for this kind of recognition and Brad Patico don't even know about it? I see the
I don't know about that. I don't know that. I would have to really. I'd have to call my cousin. You know, you used to go to the show and say, call a friend when you're in this quiz show.
Yes.
Yeah, I would have to call or at least message my cousin right away. But and I'm speaking about musicologist Gina Scott. I am of the view, and again I can be wrong, that it would more likely be the other way around. Sambai has always struck me as being more original, more traditionally African in its structure and its components. The emphasis on the drums, to me, Broke Down is a refining of that. And I'm not taking anything away from Broke Down and its traditional value and describing it how you described it and what it represents and what Mr. Brad Patico has said to you. I kind of not feel like that the lineage that Sambai is a derivative of Broke Down. I really would want to get expert view on that.
I would definitely want to broaden this conversation because there's the Belize Music Project that I oversee that Gina is leading. Again, a project like that, and Brad Patico did not even know about it. No, okay. I always got to have somebody else's input, but from the research I have done, and this again documented, both Calypso and Broke Down is of African origin because that's how they trace it, that the African people, to relieve themselves of their suffering, then come with their knowledge coming from the continent of Africa, and so they have their traditional instruments like the drum and the jawbone, and then tell their stories. So somebody or
you have patterns, right?
Mm-hmm.
And patterns, you would have said, are descendants of an original pattern. And an interesting person to talk to is Lord Rayburn, who Lord Rayburn's position is that there's no difference between and I don't know this to be accurate or not, I just know this is Lord Rayburn, who's a percussionist in his original days into music. So even though he's known for his lyrics and being a Calypsonian, Lord Rayburn's genesis that with percussions and with the actual sound itself. And he's of the view, and he would try to make the argument and show the structure, the similarities between Calypso, Broke Down, and even Punta. And so I think people have different opinions, right? I'll give you an example of I think it's amazing. I don't know if you're aware that there's been a very serious lawsuit by the estate of Steely and Clevey, Jamaicans, against a bunch of reggaeton artists. Are you aware of that?
No more.
So reggaeton has been built. They took a part of, like, it's almost like you take one strand out of the DNA of one particular song from dancehall called Dembow. And it was just one part of it. It took, and that became the basic, almost all reggaeton songs that direct descendants of Dembow, which originally is a rhythm called Fish Market, made by Steely and Clevie. So Steely and Clevie, this is a huge case. I think it's being heard in California. Now, what emerged in that is that, and unfortunately, the Steely and Clevie, it's being used. I feel like it is the people they are suing who has brought this argument to say that that song, which if I'm a music person, I could have said, I could hear it, but that song, its origins go all the way back to the Congo. They can go and find that song in the Congo. It's an amazing, when you have these cases, a lot on the line. There's a lot of money on the line. So people are very invested for kind of excavate facts and reality. And so when you think about dancehall music per se, a lot of it comes from what is called as the Poco, where we have out there, and we know Pokemon Jam. At the time, we don't have no idea that where we experienced that one processing of traditional, a very spiritual celebrations within Jamaica itself. Pokemania, Pokemon Jam, and the rhythm, and then Mento. And again, a lot of that, the DNA of it is traced back to African origins. Now, the argument would be, again, if you take Sambai seems to me to be in a more pure form than, say, what I know as Bokdong.
Mose, I stand loud and wrong this morning. I listen to you, and I do a quick Google search. And that's one thing about me. When I rang, I first person I say I rang. Upon doing I was going from what Brad is saying to me, and I have no problem with that. Sambai, which we know, gave point that one Maroon community, and so that one African practice. And then broke down, I realize now, is from the mahogany camp. That's where the broke down genre come from, that from experiences in the mahogany camp. So you are right. Sambai does precede the broke down genre. I stand corrected on that. My other concern was that this is being heralded as a Creole culture and not African. Now, with the African reparations conversation, it's so important that we center our blackness with the continent of Africa and our African ancestors and ancestors. This constant getting UNESCO to recognize Creole and Dorisna ethnicity and not African is a disservice to us as African descendants.
I would like to say that last year we had everything arranged for Sambai to come back at the Zing. And when I say Sambai, I don't talk about Sambai drummers and all of that. I talk about the fire, the dancers, the drummers, the whole entourage. And we have now, because there was some transportation issues last year, we were unable to do so, but that if there is no unforeseen disruption, they are scheduled to have a performance on this year's Zinc Mose. So we're very excited about that.
Big respect.
No, I agree with you. And I want to say this about the music project. I was actually invited Ivan to go to the stone tree, where he's really doing extractive work into like real old school music. And they have a recording of an actual chant being done by people who were in the mahogany camps. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
It sounds haunting. I just found out about it within the past 48 hours. It was haunting to hear it.
Okay. So, you know, it's like building anything that even if the root of it, like blues music, and I love blues music, I love the Delta blues, the original, the very basic, it's just wailing. But anything that is built on ingredients that have that kind of what I would call, you know, can be traced back, is something that is well built. And I think one of the greatest argument for going back before we go forward musically is that it gives our music then a very, that like with the drive piles, it's the difference between no drive piles and drive piles. Your music has a very powerful narrative because it comes from the essence of who you are. Absolutely being who we are, a lot is going to come from Mama Africa. So
I even get more. I have one concern. Again, who tell your story? Big respect to Ivan and big respect to them. But someone like Ivan cannot tell African people's story like African people tell their story, Mose.
Well,
you don't live that.
Well,
you might have technical training, but you don't live that.
But what's important for us, it's the same thing like maybe an archaeologist comes and unearths many things. We didn't unearth it, but that does not forfeit our right to determine the story that is told based on what has been unearthed. So I can't disrespect the unearthing. And so if there is, like for example, I don't know who would have found that that recording. I can tell you this too, like there's some things and it's not my story to tell. But they have recordings that were done with, say, original drumming sessions in Dangriga by what would be the then only radio station. And what you would find out, it is the indifference. I think I might have lost you. Yeah, you're back. It is the, and I'm out of time. It's out of time, but it is the quality of the recordings. There was a disregard. You could it's painful, but there was a disregard, and you could hear that if they had put their time into recording this properly, like these would be like, my goodness, right? But still, it is important to have it excavated, and so I completely support the excavation. Now, the telling of that story, the narrative, determining the narrative, we have to have every part in that, because the Fui story, but interesting conversation. Did not expect this is where we were going with this. I've been learning because, you know, because of the work that these folks are doing. And again, I still have to check with Gina for say where I say today was wrong.
Well, whatever correct mode, from the perspective that Standby, directly from the continent of Africa, and broke down upon the mahogany camp as far as the genre.
Yeah.
And I think critical get people and the work what we do.
All right.
No apologies for it.
All right.
Only organize people and save the people.
All right, respect. We're going to take a break and come back.
We are training over 150 Belizeans in different higher tier services. This is one of them. It's for cybersecurity.
A lot of the cyber attackers are automating these processes at scale. They're using a lot of AI tools to do social engineering, to figure out businesses that are vulnerable to cyber attacks. They're also using AI tools to initiate these cyber attacks. From our research, we know that a lot of businesses in Belize have been compromised. A lot of them are victims of what we call advanced persistent threats, where you have attackers operating within their systems, their network, and their environment, and the businesses don't even know that these attacks are actually going on.
Cybersecurity is no longer optional, it is going to be essential, especially in a country like Belize where much of our infrastructure is outdated and vulnerable. We don't have a lot of people who are trained in cybersecurity here, leaving a big opening for cyber threats.
We almost have nobody here that's defending us in terms of the internet.
Financially, we are very exposed, right? Especially with with everything that's going on with the contactless cards and online banking and all of that, and everything linked to your emails, and the fact that we use social media, and social media is a huge part of that.
It's important that people in Belize actually attain this knowledge so they can start safeguarding the critical infrastructure, businesses and individuals in the country. If we train 500 cybersecurity professionals, they have jobs to do in Belize.
We expect for Belize to have a cadre of experts in cybersecurity to not only offer service in Belize, but also in the global economy, because it's a large market.
If we could train enough people and enough people come to the courses and we get together and network, this is going to explode.
The journey towards owning a home was a family decision, as we needed stability and security. And it was a financial investment that we would have for our family's legacy. Getting a home loan from Atlantic Bank was very easy. The officers there were able to walk you through the process, and you were able to ask questions. Moving into our home for the first time was a blessed and happy experience. I remember turning the key for the first time, and the family was so excited to see our new home where we'll be making new memories in.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
This a trend, New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. From the border to the boulevard, physical fit. Under to my agony, strength in a it. Big up the farmer champions, them we do it. But who will take the crown in a 2026? This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. Straight to Belize from the northern district. To win this with a happy cyclist dream. They make them boast, them take the sugar and cream. This a creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream.
It's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic. All top-class riders hit the pavement for the start of the cycling calendar. Thursday, January 1st, it's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic.
This a Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream, 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 cream.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
It's here, the biggest sale of the year. Find your happy place at Builders Hardware with our happy sale from October 15th to December 31st. Whether you're a contractor or a DIY pro, we got unbeatable prices that will put a big smile on your face. Freshen up your walls with 20% off all paints and 25% off paint supplies. Upgrade your space with 25% off lights, fans, AC, and a wide selection of tiles to match your style. Plus, enjoy 30 to 50% off selective items. But that's not all. We also sell sand and gravel, blocks, roofing, and more. Find everything you need from construction start to finish. Don't miss out on our happy deals. Shop today or explore our online store at shopbuildersbz.com. Visit Builders Hardware in Belmopan. This is your happy place.
Time we are a little extra time, so we got to leave on the break. We want to thank you for being here with us. We hope you have a great Tuesday. I won't be here tomorrow morning. Sister Yaya is going to be hosting. If we have health and strength, I return on Monday morning. Remember Monday evening, 7:30. Zinc Mose! We're going off. We're just going off. And we got a special sauce where we put pan it with us. I tell you, special sauce where we put pan it. All on and on, you know, are nice. You know, are nice. Monday to Sunday, Next week, 7:30, Creme Radio XTV. It's Zinc Mose, formerly known as Creme Christmas. It's the 22nd year of giving you this showcase. You guys have a great Tuesday. Stand strong, stand firm. For now, we're gone!
What made me want to start my journey in terms of owning a home was basically me having my own space, my own domain, and having something extremely special for my family. That feeling was indescribable. It was amazing, you know, moving in the first time, seeing all the new furniture, the new paint, the new accessories. I was amazed. Home for the holidays means to me bonding with my family, having an amazing time in the Christmas spirit. I would highly recommend Atlantic Bank's personal loans for home renovations because of what it did for me. I fixed my kitchen, I fixed my storage, I fixed my master bedroom, my showers, you name it, I fixed it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
It's an massive season with massive deals and rewards at Penny's. From now through December 31st, earn double B-Bucks on store-wide purchasing every Saturday. That's right, 2 times the B-Bucks, which means 2 times the cash back when shopping at Penny's. Plus, get even more rewards with B-Bucks Builders on home goods, tiles, appliances, paints, and lights. And don't forget, there's also massive deals and discounts on tiles and the best brands in paints like Benjamin Moore and BH. Rewards, deals, B-Bucks. You can get it all this massive season only at Penny's. Quality and savings.
This a trend New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. From the border to the boulevard, physical fit. On to my agony, strength in a it. Big up the farmer champions, them we do it. But who will take the crown in a 2026? This a Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. Straight to Belize from the northern district. To win this race, every cyclist dream. We make them boast, them take the sugar and cream. This a Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream. Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream.
It's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic. All top-class riders hit the pavement for the start of the cycling calendar. Thursday, January 1st, it's the Creme New Year's Day Cycling Classic.
This a Creme New Year's Day cycling classic. The sugar and the cream, the sugar and the cream, 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 cream.
Need to submit your sickness benefit claim online and have a physical medical certificate? Here's how you can do it. First, go to ssbportal.org.bz and log into your My Social Security account. Next, on your dashboard, click Benefits and choose Forms. Review the requirements, then click Continue to proceed. Click Apply under Sickness Benefit to start your claim. Review and confirm your banking information. If it is not correct, select No and follow the steps to update your banking details. If your banking information is correct, select Yes. Next, if your illness is not related to an injury at work, select No and proceed to upload your medical certificate. Select your claim period and confirm your employer details. Read the declarations and click each to agree. Click Submit and you're done. A confirmation email will be sent to you. Your employer will also receive an email with your claim details and a request for your salary information. If needed, submit your sickness benefit claim online and receive real-time status updates.
Belize, it's that time again. GST-free weekends are back on December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st. Just in time for big savings for Christmas. On these weekends, most local retail goods will be GST-free at checkout. That includes frequently bought standard rated goods such as furniture, appliances, electronics, clothing and footwear, Christmas decorations, curtains, rugs, Marley, toys, and grocery items like seasonings, mixed essences, mixed fruits, and soft drinks. Everything you need to make your December more affordable. And good news for the holiday cooks. Picnic shoulder ham, smoked ham leg, and imported turkey are 0 rated all December long. And before you leave the store, always take a quick look at your receipt. You should see the GST removed or discounted automatically. So that means more savings and more room in your Christmas budget. So Belize, let's shop smart this Christmas season. December 6th, 7th, 20th, and 21st, GST-free weekends, brought to you by Belize Tax Services.
We are the people.